Too many stones to overturn. Hi, you're listening to Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, and the topic today is the art of listening. And before the last break, we were talking about, you know, the gifts, the payoffs of really listening. And we were talking about how on my anniversary dinner, I actually focused on Susan, and the payoff was so phenomenal. I had so much fun being with her, and the more I did it, the bigger the smile got on her face, the more bounce there was in her step, the bigger her blue eyes got, the happier she got, and the more in love I became. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic.
Hint, hint, guys and gals out there. Hint, hint.
Yeah. You want to have a great marriage, a great relationship? Listen to each other. It works.
And
all right?
it was fun. I mean, I started talking really fast and had a lot to say.
Yeah, you know, tell the truth. It's like if that was such a rare moment, were you just going for it while you had it?
You bet. I wasn't even let it
Advantageous.
slide.
Yeah, well, I want you to know I really got it. We're going to do that some more.
And Clay, actually, before we left, Susan had mentioned, not only listening to the outside world and listening to other people and being aware of your surroundings and nature, but also listening to yourself. And we got an email in here from Cheryl who asks, with all of the noise around us, I find it very difficult to have any quiet time. How do you find the time or space just to listen to nothing?
Oh, it's really great. First, and number one, you have to commit to it. You have to mark it down in your calendar, write off, and let everybody else know, hey, I'm going to go check out for a minute. I'm going to go sit on the patio. I'm going to go sit in the jacuzzi. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going over to the park and just sit and be and watch the grass grow. You have to commit to just being with yourself wherever your feet are. See, there's that saying again. What would it be like if my head was where my feet are? And that's really what being with yourself is all about. All right? Or if you're going to be with somebody else or give a speech or do a radio show, you have to get present to what you're doing. So all the quote-unquote noise out there, is that emailer said, the noise is the global static.
Sure.
There's so much global static going on now, and there's so much input worldwide. I mean, it's phenomenal, and we lose ourselves, and you have to fight to keep yourself. Now, think about this.
It's like the song said, too much talk in the world.
Too much talk in the world. Now, think about this. Every person on the planet can sit through the same movie, go to the same restaurant, fish in the same pond, go to the same school, hear the same speaker, attend the same church, and eat the same kind of ice cream, and all of us would have something different to say about each experience. So why are we so disinterested in hearing those other points of view? Why is it we can't hear what someone else thinks, what someone else may have got, what someone else may want to say? We're so self-absorbed in that what others have to say isn't important. It's all about I, me. And what I found out is, at dinner the other night, is you want to have a great payoff in life, you really learn to be with other people around you. Really learn to be with your kids, or for that matter, any child. Any child in the world can teach any grown-up anything they want to learn, all right, including how to listen. You know, so think about this. Now, so one of the things, did you want to read something, Susan?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we have another
Sure.
quote. It's from Larry King.
Yeah.
It says, I feel like Larry King right now with the microphone in front of me.
Yeah.
It says, I remind myself every morning, nothing I say this day will teach me anything. So if I'm going to learn, I must do it by listening.
Yeah, Larry King,
that's a
quite
good
an
quote.
amazing
That's
guy.
a very good one, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
Clay, we have a caller on the line.
Oh,
we have
hi.
Kathy with a question.
Kathy, hi.
Hi, Clay and Susan. How are you guys doing?
Wow, great.
Good.
Well, I had a question.
Yeah.
I sometimes have difficulty when I'm in a conversation with someone for a while. I kind of zone out, and I don't mean to zone out.
Yeah.
It's kind of just it just happens.
Yeah.
And I heard you earlier talking about how you're looking out your window and you see all the birds of prey and stuff like that. Is there any other suggestions you have to kind of so I can listen to them fully and be complete with their conversation?
Yeah, if it's someone that's in your immediate family or someone that you're in relationship with, just touch them. All you have to do is reach over and touch them. That'll keep you present. The other way to do it is remain in good eye contact, okay? And the other way to do it is just notice when you're drifting off and do like I said, I just drifted off. Could you say that again?
Yeah.
And what it does, like I said, I've never had anybody get mad at that, mad at me for doing that. What it does is it really sets into concrete, sets into motion. Hey, this person's really listening to me. They really want to hear, and they're asking me to give it to them again because they drifted off and they're cool enough to say, hey, I drifted off, you see? So it's all about doing what you have to do to stay, present to who's ever speaking. Now, what do you do when you're when you're on listening to a TV show or a radio show or whatever, and what you're listening to, you really want to hear, but a child walks in, your husband walks in, your girlfriend walks in, somebody drives by and a horn goes off, or you can smell something burning somewhere,
Yeah.
And what you got to do is just get as present as you can while you're going around and checking out whatever the other outside influence or outside static is. And you'd be surprised how, do you have babies? Have you had any babies yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, one thing I learned about having babies is I didn't care where they were in the house. If it was 3 o'clock in the morning, if they were in bed and I was sleeping all the way across the other side of the house, I could hear them moving, breathing, sneezing, doing whatever. So you can train yourself to really hear what's going on no matter what else is going on in your world. It just takes a little effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So listening, it's a wonderful art. It is an art. It takes practice, and anybody can do it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much
Thanks
for
calling,
calling.
Kathy.
Okay, have
All
a good
right.
day.
All right, cool. What else we got? So, any other emails?
Well, just hang on a second here.
Actually, yeah, there's that great one that we actually just got in.
Yeah. This is one for you, Clay.
Oh.
Since our time is so valuable, how do we keep from having to listen to someone else's completely irrelevant stuff without being rude? Well, this pretty much kind of addresses what Kathy just talked about.
Yeah. Well, everybody has had their time, shall we say, in the sunlight, okay? And there are some times when people are saying things to you that you're just not interested in, And it's okay to say, not in a rude way, and don't say, hey, I don't care about this, I don't want to listen to you. But you can say, I can hear what you have to say, but can I be straight with you? And the straight thing that you say is, look, I've got this other appointment I have to go to, or I've got this other thing that I need to get going doing. So could we pick this conversation up later?
Well, that's kind of what happened this morning, because I had like 4 things going on at once, and I had to leave, and I had to be nice to the person on the other end of the phone.
Yep.
But at the same time, I had to let them know that
Had to go.
I didn't want to be rude or not appreciate what they had to say, or why they called. But I really had
to go.
a few things because I burned the toast.
Yeah, so, yeah, right.
on the way out the door.
Yeah, so you burned the toast. But what'd you really do? You said, I've got to go. I'm going to have to call you back. And what did they say?
They
said,
kept going on about what they needed or what they wanted. And
Okay,
but they finally, it took a couple of minutes. They finally said, okay, well, we'll get it worked out.
Yeah.
But it's, took a while.
Yeah. So it's all about being committed to have them get that you care. You just can't be as caring as you need to be, as they think you need to be right then.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to say, I will get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in that particular call, I called them back and got it complete for you. Okay, when
good.
I had time.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now, the definition of listening is hearing with intention. Hearing with intention, all right? So like when you listen to the sound of the waterfall, you're really listening for what it sounds like to see that water coming over the edge of the cliff and hear it falling and then where it lands, all right? Listen and pay attention like you listen to a teacher, all right? You pay close attention to what they say because you're interested in what they say because you want to learn what they know. Can you hear that? So rarely do any of us really listen 100% of the time. But if we did, what would life be like? Think about that. What would your life be like if you listened to everyone in it, including yourself, your inner self? Okay? Now, I've got to take a break, and we're going to get back to what's going on in the inner self in the art of listening. When we get back, you're listening to Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290. Go ahead and email me at clay@mediasb.com, and let's rock and roll.